Today, we were on a meat mission. We are in search of enough pike for a good-sized batch of pickled fish. With some good helpers and a pile of minnows, we head out on a late ice pike excursion to have a little fun. If you don't know what this is, you're probably not from the Midwest. That is your legendary beaver dam tip-up. Basically, a spool line and a flag. Throw your minnow on there. Here, buddy. You're the lucky one. I like to hook it through the back, just barely through the back. You don't want to hit him in the spine. I'm coming, Mabes, gripes. Set the flag. When the fish comes and grabs that, pop flag up. Simple as can be. Fish catching mecca. Next, let's do it. Mabel, I'm coming, gripes. It's already like 35 degrees, so we're all sweating, but somebody's unhappy. She wants the ice shack set up, so we'll set it up. You gotta keep them warm. She thinks she's cold, she's not. But we'll set up the shack for her. What are you whining about? Are you pretending to fake it? Why don't you go play with your friends? I'm gonna set the shack up for you. It's gonna be a sauna in here. No more friends! Yeah, don't stick your finger in that pike stuff. Here you go, Mabes. I got the shack set up for you. You don't want to walk? Okay. All right. Is that better? All right, that's good.
Anchors. We got tip-ups.
If you're looking for an activity to get kids involved in the outdoors, this is it.
What? It's a crappie.
Northern pike are extremely common in the Midwest, and they are not picky eaters.
Get them on, set the hook, Mac. Nice and easy, buddies. If he's trying to take the line.
With enough tip-ups, you can keep everybody occupied and having fun all day long.
Hold that line. Hold it fast. Hold it fast.
Pull it.
Just pick the tip up. Grab that line, Mac. Pull it, Coop. Just keep pulling, bud. Keep it tight. Teamwork. Teamwork makes a dream work. Good job, buddies.
So this apparatus here, it's called a jawjacker. There's a handful of companies that make things like this, but basically what they do is they set the hook for you, get your rod set up. When a fish hits it, it's going to set the hook. There's a little trigger on it.
The fish sets the hook.
The fish sets the hook.
He just pulls it right away.
He pulls it out, and then the rod snaps out and sets into the fish. The one thing you got to do with them is you need to have your drag set loose enough that that fish can pull some line out without just pulling your rod in. There's a fine line. You kind of got to get used to it, find the sweet spot. But you want to be able to pull some line out of here. Just like about that. You want enough that the fish can take it, but solid enough that you get a good hook set on them. One thing I like to do when I'm using these jawjackers or whatever you're using, you need a moderate. You don't need one, but I kind of prefer a moderate action rod. If you don't know what that means, see how that rod, when I pull on this, that rod is bent in the middle. The bend's going to be right in here. Pulling the tip, that bend's in the middle. Moderate means like a middle action. Like this one would be a fast action tip. Watch where the bend is going to be up here somewhere. Fast action is up there. That moderate action, there's more rod pulling against the fish, so he can head shake and get away and the rod's still bending. But if you do that on this one, if you're doing that on this one, it's less movement to get slack in that line. When you get slack, this one they're gonna get off. You find my minnow?
I got one, Dad.
Thanks, Mac. Attack. About 10 feet of water, but just cabbage comes up quite a ways. Not super concerned about how deep this is going to be as long as it's above those weeds.
No, that's not water.
Fish can look up pretty easily. A little harder time looking down. It wasn't on there. These pike have a Y bone in them. There's a, come here, bring me that for a second, buddy. There's a strip of bones that runs down. You can't see, oh, Foon are playing this later, you'll be able to see it. There's a strip of bones that runs like a Y off of their spine there, and they're obnoxious to fillet. If you get good at it, it's great because there's a lot of meat in these fish and you can catch a pile of them. Here, buddy, take them. But for pickling, you can leave that right in there. A little small, buddy. That's why you go to a lake that's overpopulated, got a bunch of little ones. Take some out of there. The way he was
Flagging?
No. The way the flag went up, I felt like it was gonna be a big one.
It was screaming.
No, I got a pretty fight. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Who wants it? Take it.
Like most fish, pike are carnivores, but they are also territorial, and they will often hit things they have no intention of actually
Good
eating.
job, buddy.
Any musky fisherman can attest to this. We have all caught a pike the same size as the lures that we're throwing, which make them usually easy to catch. A great combination for anglers who want action, yet some of the greatest tasting fillets as well.
Good God. Go get that one, Coop. Want to get it into his spine.
Which one for eagles?
Did you have fun fishing today?
Yeah.
What'd you catch?
Nothing.
Nothing. Did you fish pretty hard? Yeah, you did a really good job sitting in the shack. In the chair. Uh-huh. Oh, somebody's got to tip. All those guys got to tip up. That's not what we want. When you're fishing, everybody else is your enemy.
If you've been around fishermen long enough, you've probably heard the term "that's a good size for pickling," which sounds like a justification of sorts for throwing a small fish in the bucket, but in this case, it's true. The pickling process softens and dissolves the bones, making it easy on the palate. While filleting, cube the fish up into small pieces. Then soak the pieces in salt water for 24 hours, pull them out, soak them in vinegar for 24 hours.
I'm gonna show you a recipe that we use a lot. Our kids like it. And these little pike are perfect for it. It goes 1 cup of white sugar, 1 cup of water, 1 cup of sweet port wine, 2 cups of white vinegar, 2 tablespoons of pickling spice. Put that all in the pot, bring it to a boil for just a couple minutes, pull it off, let it cool down, pull that fish out of the fridge that's been sitting there for a couple days in the vinegar. What you're gonna do in a mason jar, put a layer of fish, layer of onions, layer of the brine. Layer of fish, layer of onions, layer of brine. All the way up until you're full, however many jars it takes, whatever you gotta do. Put it in the fridge, let it sit for 3 weeks, and that is good to go. Really cool way to utilize these little pike. Fun thing to do with the kids. Good for everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, peace out.
Good job, buddy. Give up. You want to get it?
Yeah.